السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. الحمد لله واحد القهار عزيز الغفار مقوي الليل على النهار تذكرة للقلوب والأبصار. ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له ونشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله وحبيبه وخليله. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. والعاديات ضبحا فالموريات قدحا فالمغيرات صبحا فأثرن به نقعا فوسطن به جمعا إن الإنسان لربه لكنود. قال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم من غسل واغتسل وغدا وابتكر ونادى فابتكر واستمع وأنصت كان له بكل خطوة يخطوها أجر قيام سنة وصيامها. رواه Ahmed. Alhamdulillah, it's a great blessing of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He allows us to come to the masjid on day of Jum'ah. As you know, on day of Friday, as mentioned, a person who, the hadith that I just read, the Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam says, one who takes a bath on day of Friday and properly and perfectly and goes very early for Salatul Jum'ah and sits very close to the Imam and listens to the ceremony very attentively and remains silent, does not talk, remains silent, then for each step of his, he gets the reward of 1 year salat at night and 1 year fasting. So that's the reward a person gets for each step that he takes towards the masjid when he's coming for Salatul Jum'ah, and that's the blessing that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives. So as you know, I have recited Surah Adiyat. It's the 100th chapter in the Quran, and most of us know what the surah is about. So before I get into the surah, I'll put you into a scenario. And nowadays we see movies, shows. You know, before the movie is about to come out, they send a trailer. They give you a trailer, and when the main action is about to come, they pause and they say, in 2 months it's coming. They give you a date, that's when you're going to go watch it. And it gets you enticed, it gets you excited. Oh, I need to watch this movie, or I need to watch this show, whatever it is, or I need to watch this documentary before it does. So seeing what with this surah, before the Surah Zilzal, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks about an earthquake, a tragedy, there's something that's going to happen, and the reaction of a human, that he would be so hopeless and he would cry out for help. But in this surah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is creating a scenario for the people. As I said before, I mentioned, I'll put, just like I mentioned a movie scene. Nowadays we see movies or show or something, we get excited by watching a trailer, right? But we haven't seen the movie, they show the main action, but they cut it off halfway. So same with the Arabs, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is doing the same thing. He's swearing by an object to bring up in a subject. You know? So the trailer is not, you can't say, oh, this is the subject and this is what I have to watch, that's it. No, you say the movie is going to explain me what is this trailer is about. So same way Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does this to Arabs. So remember, the Arab of the time of Jahiliyyah, they had entertainment as well. Nowadays, as I just mentioned, we have entertainments, movie industry, film industry, and sports, many other comedy and videos. These are our entertainments. So Arab also had entertainments. What were their entertainments? So their entertainment was battle. Someone's talking about battle, poetries, and just like nowadays we like cars. You know, I like this particular car, especially fast cars, luxurious cars. So seeing the Arabs, they had these things in them too. They like fight a fast horse, and the quality horse, and the types of horse they had that in them, the camels and all this stuff. So they were into this entertainment as well. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala using the same entertainment and showing a subject, using an object to bring a subject, to bring a reason why He mentioned this. So He starts out with وَالْعَادِيَاتِ ضَبْحًا. As we know, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is swearing in the surah, and swearing by a runner. Adiya means a runner, running. with animosity, was running with full force. And it's talking about a horse, a running horse. And wal adiyat is not just talking about adiyat that Dad has mentioned. It's a feminine, it's a female horse, mare. It's not a male horse. The reason is a female horse. The Arab is mentioned. Arab would prefer in battles, because they would have battles for small things. If someone looked at the tribe differently, or did something, or he drank from my well, so let's fight, and they would have fight for years and years. The grandfather, my forefather fought him, so that's why I have enmity with him. So these were small things they would fight. So they were always into battles. They were always going into raiding and fighting. So that's why Allah Subhanahu wa Taala using this scenario to create a picture for the Arabs, and also creating a picture for us. So I'm going to put you into the mindset of what these Arabs are thinking. Just like I put you into a mindset as nowadays we see movies and shows and the entertainment that we have compared to their entertainment. So same thing. It's the same thing. There's a few Arabs sitting around the fire and saying poetries. We have the same thing. We get together, watch a movie. This is the same concept that the Arabs have as well. So the human is same. They have same type of entertainment, maybe in a different picture, maybe in a different environment. So anyhow, so he mentions about this horse, that a runner horse. He's swearing, but when he swears, he's trying to take the attention. He's trying to get the attention of these Arab. In time Arab, if they want to get a message across to you, if it's very important, they would swear. They would swear by the idol. They would swear by something. They would swear by something, so they would get the person's attention. Oh, this is some important news. I need to listen to this. What he's about to say. So that's why Allah Subhanahu wa Taala said, "Wal adiyat." He used a while qasam, bringing out a sword by the runners. Adiyat just mentioned are running. And dabaha means panting, breathing really hard. The Mufassirin have mentioned their breast, the chest is pounding. I mean, basically, is running with this full force. Just as we know, a person who runs, he breathes really hard. And now a horse is running and he's panting very strong. it could have used wow. Wow is also used for qasam, to swear. So how come Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not use wow? فَالْمُورِيَاتِ قَدْحًا, he could have said that because وَالْمُغِيرَاتِ subha. Why he did not use wow? So let me just give you a little grammar in Arabic. When a wow, in different ayat, if you see there is mentioned wow, وَالتِّينِ وَالزَّيْتُونِ وَطُورِ سِينِينَ وَهَذَا الْبَلَدِ الْأَمِينَ. So why is wow is mentioned there, not here? It could have the same concept. See, fa is also used for swear, and that is also used for swear. So what is it? So they say that the Nahwiyin, they mention when the wow is mentioned the first scenario, the first ayat, and if it mentioned the second ayat, the wow is mentioned, is it two different episodes. This one episode, وَالتِّينِ وَالزَّيْتُونِ, that's one episode. وَطُورِ سِينِينَ, that's a whole different episode. Does not connect with the previous. So in this scenario, it connects with وَالْعَادِيَاتِ ضَبْحًا فَالْمُورِيَاتِ قَدْحًا, is connecting with وَالْعَادِيَاتِ, the same horse. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is talking about the same horse. So when wow comes in and the fa comes, that means it's the same subject. So when you're reading Quran, not to pay attention, when if wow comes, then the fa comes, that means it's talking about the same concept, same subject. It's the same episode. And if it changes, it comes to wow, so know that there's two different episodes, two different scenes. So anyhow, we came to فَالْمُغِيرَاتِ subha. First it mentioned a fast running horse. They're running fast and they're panting really hard. And فَالْمُورِيَاتِ قَدْحًا, and they're producing sparks with the hoofs, so that they're showing the intensity, how fast they're running. And then it goes on فَالْمُغِيرَاتِ subha, and فَالْمُغِيرَاتِ subha, فَالْمُغِيرَ is also ism fa'il. It means to raid, is just to jump, is to attack in the morning. But this attack are used, there's other words that are used for attack as well in the Quran. But why this particular word is used for فَالْمُغِيرَاتِ? Mughirat means to attack for a crime, for a robbery, to attack someone, to loot them, to attack or to kill them, to murder them, that type of attack. So as I know, the Arabs, they were into this. They would attack different tribes for these particular reasons. Because he had fought my grandfather, so I'm going to attack him for these reasons. I'm going to loot their families and tribes. So these horses are attacking for a crime, right? Just like in the movie industry, what they do, the criminals are the heroes. Bank robbery, they're making a movie out of it, and we get excited. Oh, man, these noble people came together and made a movie. He's acting into it as a criminal. He's a criminal, but he's a hero in the movie. The trickery that they use, they're playing with our minds. That's what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is using the same thing. That you are attacking for a crime. فَالْمُغِيرَاتِ subha, and you're attacking in the morning. But now the question comes, okay, you're looting someone, you're robbing someone, you're committing a crime, you're attacking for a crime, but why in the morning? Could be a question, it should be in the night. Why in the morning? The reason it's mentioned in the morning, that it shows the braveness of these raiders. It shows that they are careless. They are careless about. They want a competition. They want to fight. They want opposition. They want an opponent against them, a stronger opponent than them. They are careless, just like I mentioned. A horse is careless, is running into the enemy. Just like this horse is careless, doesn't care. It's in the morning or it's in the night. They're showing the brave. They don't care if it's in the morning, or early morning, or nighttime. So there's no difference. They want a competition. So that's what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned. Subha, and there's many other reasons other Mufti mentioned, but I'll just go in brief and mention. Now the next thing, just remember till this ayah up to here, and then two more ayah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is just talking about an object. It's not talking about a subject yet. It's showing you, just like in movies, showing you a trailer, haven't tell you the story yet. It just gives you a brief, and it's getting you excited. So Arabs are excited. They say, what's next? What's next? What's after this? And they said, فَأَثَرُ نَبِهِ نَقْعًا, and what happens after that? They're running fast, and they're raiding the morning, they're attacking the morning, and then what happens when they're running? The dust is rising. The dust is rising. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is storing back that the dust is rising while they run, and that it's cloudy. Have you seen if a car drives back really fast, or in a dusty area, the dust will fly, and you could notice that something has passed by. Or if a horse runs really fast, and you could notice this cloud around it. The same way Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala using this, that the dust is flying. فَوَسَطُنَا بِهِ جَمْعًا. Wasata means to jump into the midst of the enemy. Now this horse is running fast and is producing fire and is attacking right in the morning and dawn time when there's wet, and the reason mentioned morning everything is wet, everything is moist, and despite that it's wet, can a fire could create on a wet surface? No, it won't. So it's showing the intensity, that intensity into the action, into the horse, into that is putting their mind into a sub. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala used manipulating their mind such a way that getting them excited. What's next? What's next? We want to know what's the subject. We heard about the object. Now we want to know. We want to get to the final point. And they jump, and these horses jump into the midst of the army. Wasat means to attack in the middle, not from the side, from the middle. So now they're in the middle of the army. Now when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned everything, and as I told you, this was one of their means of their entertainment. They loved horse. They would write poetry on horse, and they would talk about horses. And just like a poet, he would mention about his horse that, I love my horse so much that I give him wet grass, and I kept a servant for him. They would write poetries like that about their horses. And now they're excited. They want to know why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is mentioning this. Now we're at the climate scene. Now you want to know what's next, what's after this. Now it could go down, it could go up. Sometimes happens in movies. We're watching a show or a documentary. It takes you to a climate, but the ending comes out very horrible. Or sometimes ending comes out very. It changes our mind, changes our thoughts. So seeing where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created the subject, created the scene for them, now is the climate, now is to bring out the subject. What is the subject for them? So now Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, إِنَّ الْإِنسَانَ لِرَبِّهِ لَكَنُودٌ. He said, most surely man is ungrateful to his Lord. More surely the man is, why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned this, that insan is ungrateful to his Lord. Just I mentioned, now the scenario is created for them. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala using a means of their entertainment. And that could be a means of our entertainment as well. Nowadays we take fast cars. We take as sitting to we watching movies. These are videos, films. These are our entertainment. So same way Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala using the entertainment for them. But now one other point that I'm going to mention here, it's not talking about a believer. It's mentioning insan. If it was talking about believer, then he would not create this scenario. He would not create this scenario. Some of the Mufti said that this is talking about Sahaba fighting the battle, but this does not connect to the time when the surah was revealed, and many other reasons you could bring out that this doesn't make sense. And Mughirat, using attacking to rob someone or to commit a crime, does not relate to Sahaba or a believer. That means it's talking about kuffar. It's talking about kuffar who are rejecting Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But in here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not talking about believing the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, believing Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He's using their entertainment, bringing reality in front of them. Just like today, if someone no one talks about you could pick up any music industry, any artist, they won't talk about what's a reality. They won't talk about justice. They won't talk about peace. They will talk about shameless things. They will talk about drugs. They will talk about women. These are things because these will excite the people, and this is the thing that we're going to run after. So seeing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala using this for the kuffar, the same type of entertainment they get enjoyed by it. So we could use this surah in our perspective, in our time. That how does this apply to us? that we also get affected by these entertainments, just like these people are getting affected. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is attacking them right after. Now it's shutting them down. The excitement is just breaking them down. It's innal insana li rabbih lakanud. It's over here the word kunud is used. Kunud is siga mubalagha. Siga mubalagha means that that ungrateful means that anything happens, he's ungrateful. For example, in a fridge, he sees 4 or 5 drinks. 4 or 5 drinks, different type of drinks in there. When he opens up the fridge, he's like, oh man, there's no Pepsi in there. But he's not grateful for the drinks that is inside his fridge. Or if you ask him, how's life, how's everything going, how's your marriage, he starts complaining, but he would never talk about the grateful things that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given him, the goodness that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given him. He's always mentioning about ungrateful things. That's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala used this word. He could have used kufur as well. Kufur also means to be ungrateful. But that he would mention grateful things. But in this word has nothing to mention about anything grateful. That's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala uses that you are very ungrateful. And then now let's connect these two. Let's connect the previous ayat and these ayat together. They're saying that insan is ungrateful. As you know, they loved horse, and the horse is showing so much loyalty to them, and they know the horse is showing loyalty to him, and they're excited. They're singing poetry. They're taking care of them. Even till this now, if you ask Arabs who live in Bedouin areas and desert areas, they still have the same love for horses and camel. So they know the loyalty of the horse. That he doesn't take care of the horse that much, but what he's giving his life for it. Does not care. It jumps. And one other thing you have to notice: animals, they have instincts. If any danger is coming, you see all the animals are gone. You know, if there's dogs in the street, dogs or something, if they know this storm is coming, all the animals, all the birds, they migrate to some other place. They're not in that area. They have the animal instincts. But despite having the animal instincts, the horse have animal instincts, but he's showing loyalty to his master. That he sees the danger is in front of him, the enemy is in front of him. He knows that he will be destroyed, he will be killed, but he does not care, and he waits and he jumps into the midst of the army, and into the enemy. So now Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that now insan is so ungrateful that he has given him everything. That he has given him everything from the day he's born and the time he has grown up. He has given him everything, but he's ungrateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then what's now you could say that a person could say that he does not see the loyalty of a horse. He could say that, I do not see this picture. I do not understand this. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that indeed he's witnessing this loyalty of the horse. He cannot deny that this horse is not showing him loyalty. He cannot deny that this horse is not helping him out, is not fighting for him, it's not helping him out anyway. So he's saying that this insan is seeing, he sees everything, but still he denies that he closes the eyes and he denies the fact that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given him everything. And now he's mentioning the reason why this cause is happening to this insan. What's the reason this insan is being ungrateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to an extreme that he does not have a bit of gratefulness or thankfulness to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He's mentioned, indeed he has intense love for this dunya. Because he has intense love for this dunya, so that's why he denies thanking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's the reason. So that's what this surah is telling the kuffar, that because of this entertainment that you have in this dunya, you are denying your Lord. You are denying your Lord. You have a small example in front of you, a small example that is part of you. The horse is part of them. This so much thing as we could take that is part of you, and you're witnessing that this thing is showing so much loyalty to you, but you cannot show a bit loyalty to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So he's saying it's because the reason is you have created this world just for yourself. You became greedy, you became shameless, because you have immense love for this dunya, and that's the reason you have denied everything. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said that the love of this dunya would go in one way, that it will end in one way. A person dies, the grave will suffice for him, and this will be his exam. That this will be his end, and the love of the dunya would go away as soon as he sees a grave. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling them that you make this dunya as if that this is everlasting, but remember there's death to come. There's death to come, and He said that the dust of this ground will make you hateful for this dunya. And then it goes on, and we don't have much time, so may Allah give us the full understanding of this surah, and give us the full understanding of the Quran, and make us grateful servant to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and obedient to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.